Hello and welcome back to the 12 Blocks of Christmas Quilt Along. My name is Haley and I'm hosting this completely free quilt along here on YouTube. Today we are on block number 9, which is a plus sign block. This block is really simple to assemble, so today's a great day to catch up on some blocks if you're behind. And if you are behind, don't worry. I know this is a busy time of year, so these videos are going to stay on YouTube forever, and the free 45-inch square Christmas tree version of this quilt will remain free. You can download a copy of the quilt pattern using the link in the description below. So let's dive into block number 9. Here are all of the pieces I'm using for this block cut according to the pattern. So it's 2.5-inch squares and then a 2.5-inch by 6.5-inch rectangle. And I'm going to lay these out in a plus sign pattern. So my plus sign is going to be made out of this light pink fabric. And I'm just kind of playing around with the placement here. I decided I wanted all of the trees to be facing the same direction. And then the background fabric, that lighter white starry fabric, is going to be in the corners. And this is going to give us a nice punchy plus sign design. So this is a great one to pay attention to if you're using directional fabric. And I am probably going to end up rotating this block. I wasn't paying attention when I was cutting, and as you can see, all the trees are sideways. So I think I'm going to end up rotating the block, but it won't matter because it's a symmetrical block. So you'll have that plus sign in the center, in the background, in the corners. And how we're going to assemble this block is we'll assemble the top and bottom rows, all those squares together. And then you can press in whichever direction. I just decided to press towards the darker fabric, so towards the center. And then we will sew each of the rows together to get our final plus size block. So as you can see, if I end up rotating it, the trees will be right sides up and it still looks like a plus sign. So I'll probably end up doing that for my finished quilt. And the last step is to trim to 6.5 inches. So your block should be very, very close to 6.5 inches. We're basically just trimming off the little slivers here to make sure everything is nice and square. And this is going to make sure that everything assembles nicely when we finally get to piece our entire quilt top. And I will have a 13th video that will show you how to do all of the finishing for this quilt pattern. And if you want to use these 6.5-inch blocks that we're making together to make a different layout of quilts, you can actually purchase the full quilt pattern right now for 50% off. It includes 4 total layouts, each in 3 different sizes. So you can use all of these blocks that we're making together to make 3 additional layouts if you're not in love with this Christmas tree layout. So you can get it now for 50% off. That's just $7 through the end of the quilt along. And that is all for block number 9. I'll see you tomorrow for block number 10.